way from Houston. Give it up for Alexis. Come on, Alexis. I love it. Come on, come on, come on. We'll have you sit right there. All right. And last but not least, we got a few more ladies that are coming in later, but last but not least, again, from H-Town, please give it up for the very beautiful Liz Rochelle. Liz, come on up here. All right, we got Houston on either side, Aye Tea Elle in the middle. Okay, so I wanted to do this panel because living in Atlanta, being a publicist, there are so many people that want to be on reality TV. Like everybody I know wants to be on reality TV. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they're doing, but everybody wants to be on reality TV. But to me, when it comes to love, that's a very different situation. So I'm going to start over here with Alexis, and I just want you to tell us from your perspective, was being on television, being on a reality TV show, looking for love, was it all that you thought it would be? And what were the highs and lows for you in Houston?
Ooh, no, it was not all that I thought it was going to be. Now, let me first say this. I'm very happy that I made the decision to do it. Now, there was a moment that I talked about the time, like, girl, why did I do that? But I'm glad because it taught me a lot about myself, what I want in a relationship, what I don't want in a relationship, things that I probably need to work on that you saw live on television, like, dang, girl, you need to fix that. And I'm like, dang, that looks like that. You know, of course, everybody talks about the editing. That does play a role, but at the end of the day, it's not scripted. It is who we are. I will say that, to be quite honest, I've talked about this a lot. I think coming, as you know, we didn't see the episodes until you guys saw it, right? And so a lot of things we saw were surprising to us. We didn't know how we were going to be portrayed. We didn't know what our character was going to be. And so for me, on the social media side of it, I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for people's opinions. I knew that it was going to happen, but it was a lot to take in mentally. I mean, I got to the point where I had to like not read the comments. It was the good, the bad, and the in between, you know. And I used to call Facebook hell. We're ready to love. So I'm like, oh, y'all got a lot to say. A lot of people would say, oh, if I was elected, I would have done this, I would have done that. But you really don't know what you're going to do until you're in that position. A lot of people don't understand that 1% of people have the opportunity to be on a reality TV show at this time. And so all I wanted to do was to be able to relate to who could connect with me on the show, and hopefully something that I said or did will be a blessing. And one thing that I'm really proud of at the end of the show, even though it worked out in my favor, I didn't see AJ, you know, who I was, you know, really looking over during the time. But one thing I said at the end of the show is to women, I hope that you can see yourself the way that God sees you. Meaning, I was talking to myself. That was probably the biggest blessing. I got so many DMs from people, from ladies who needed to hear that. And in that moment, I was like, that's why I'm supposed to be on the show. God brought me here for this moment in time and in this season because a lot of people could understand what I felt in that moment. And again, it was a reflection. That whole show taught me how to reflect on myself.
Shea, let me ask you the same question. And you know, it's interesting that people say that when they get on reality TV, they are surprised at what people say, right? Everybody's shocked by social media. But it's funny because as a publicist, I've always had clients that had to deal with social media, and we're never shocked when we're talking about other people, right? We're never shocked. But when it's us, it's like, oh my God, why are they talking about me? So what I suggest is that we all remember that and when you're talking about somebody online, have a little bit of grace, right? Have a little bit of grace because you have no idea how you would be interpreted. And I can promise you, as a publicist from some of the biggest celebrities, the biggest Black entertainers in the world at some point, that you would not like what people would say about you. So that's just my one of my nuggets for tonight. Just practice a little grace when you trash people online, because these ladies have all felt what it feels like when it comes back at them. Shea? Okay, so what was the question again? Was being on reality TV looking for love what you thought it would be? And what were the things that you did not expect?
I don't think I had any expectations going on TV. I was so consumed with what was going on in my business it wasn't even, it was like extra people added in my life. So when the cameras are rolling, you may have 10 or 20, you may have like maybe 10 people in a room with you. What I didn't understand is, I was like, in my mind, I was like, who's watching OWN Network? I mean, like my grandma and my mom.
Talk about Oprah Winfrey's network like
But
that.
I didn't know, because at the time the big shows was like Love and Hip Hop and all these other shows. So I couldn't imagine that millions and millions of people would even be watching me. So for me, I just behaved as if Eddie and Earl was always in the room. And even Miss KK over here. Miss KK is my girl. She was on Love and Hip Hop. So she understood me and her was both talking about how many times we had to cuss people out to the point it was exhausting. You're going back and forth, round for round with people. You're talking about their mama, they talking about you. So I wasn't expecting to have a fight. You may have 50,000 people to love you, but you got 10 that's crazy. They won't leave you alone, and they at you every day, all day. You can't even focus on work or anything else because you're in a fight with somebody.
I've seen all of them go to the airport and people recognize you and it's a good thing, but you got to take the good with the bad. Okay, let's come on to Alexis because you were in a whole relationship. Girl, I was talking to you like, I don't like what's happening on this television. Her situation was a little bit different because with Ready to Love, we see women dating, right? So you're meeting different guys. It may work, it may not. Alexia came on with her actual relationship. And I was trying to get to her immediately and be like, girl, we got to get out of this immediately. We got to go.
Well. All right, so my situation, so it's about 3 couples that are in a relationship. They go on the show and they decide to put a ring on it or go their separate ways. And you're supposed to date other people but learn stuff from those dates. My guy, because he is in the music industry, was, whatever you want to call it, he just saw a camera, and I don't know who the hell he was when the cameras came on. And he ended up sleeping with the girl on the show, so I left him on the show. I think that if I didn't do the show, I probably would be fooled still, because a lot of the things that started to play out after I watched the show is how that man really moved. But because I pay no attention to that, it's not called being green. I mean, if you tell me I'm going to the studio, I'm going to believe you're going to the studio until I see you when you get to the crib. So when the girl blurted it out and it came out, I ain't gonna lie. So at this point, I'm glad I did the show. He's done. I got a lot of opportunities because of the show. Business is going nuts because of the show. And I just gotta, I guess it worked out in my favor, because crazy thing is I probably would have still been with him. I don't know about marriage, but I probably would have been with him. So, I mean, it's...
I want to give Alexia a hand because, first of all, being honest about that is dope. Can we give her a hand for that? But the thing about it, I wonder, like, a lot of us are in relationships and we're not, there's nobody there to say, our friends are going to say what we want to hear. But having a relationship therapist or coach, right? So Dr. Nicole was on your season, and Dr. Nicole was really dope. Was Dr. Nicole's advice to you, was it helpful? Did it help you in your life outside of just the way you look at that relationship and moving forward?
She ain't with us all the time. So she's with us when we go in the room that day. I think for me, when I play it back, because I played pro ball 6 years overseas. So part of the reason I retired was to pursue a relationship, to stay to figure it out. So when it didn't pan out like it was supposed to, I mean, she gave some good tips I could have got from Auntie, you know what I'm saying? But when you hear it from somebody you don't know, it just hit a little different. And I will be honest, like after the show, she's probably one of the few, and then a couple of my castmates that reach out to me every day just to see how I am. But I think for me, it just hurt more because I've known him since I was 17 years old. And I went to Albany State, so I met him there. So we talking about years later. I'm 37. You know, it's more disappointing because we ain't have to go there. We could have separated and been friends. I'd rather been his friend. So for me, it's just more so of it can never go back to even being kind of friends because I don't trust you. I don't trust nothing you tell me because it might be a lie. You know, so it just It's bittersweet, but it is what it is.
Well, I definitely think you came out the winner because number one, you got rid of the person that you weren't supposed to be with, and then number two, I live here in this city, and this city loves you. The city loves you. You have so much support. People saw you, and when I said I was hoping that you weren't gone, it's because we all saw that you were so much better than the way you were being treated. So sometimes you need to put it out so you can get that support. So you got so much love. He'll be fine. I think sometimes we worry about the guy. We ain't worried about him. He will go on and do it. Yeah, well, and praise God for that. But no, seriously, people saw that you were a queen and you deserve so much better. And that's why people were so passionate about you getting away from that situation. And that's why we've been championing you on everything that you got going so far. So again, kudos to you. We're proud of you. And thank you for having the courage to show that on national TV. Okay? All right, y'all, let's give Alexis one more hand. Because that takes a lot. That takes a lot to go through and to live a lesson, to be a living lesson for somebody else. Okay, so our girl Liz here is on the end. Liz went through the process, and unlike the other ladies here, she actually left in a relationship, right? So I want to ask you, well, for all practical purposes, she ended the show in a relationship. So I want to ask you, what were the differences between falling in love on TV and then actually having to maintain that in real life?
Wow, that's a good question. Okay, so for me, it was real. So everything that you guys saw on TV, I was being my authentic self. So the process and talking to them off screen and building a relationship off screen, all of that is real. But what happened with me, I'm thinking we're still on the same path even after the show is over. And like Alexis said, that we don't see things unfold until you guys see it. So when we're watching the show, it's like, oh, okay. So this is what really happened, which is something different you told me. Now, at this point, we're already in the game for about 3 months. So I'm thinking that, I was building something with this person. And then, they come around your family, you go around theirs, and you're thinking that it's something turning into solid. Until you get hit with a Matt 10 truck. And that's what happened. Basically, it was the same for me until I got that disappointment. Literally, I'm going to tell y'all this. I got a chance to tell you this. When Christal invited us to do an interview on her show, the interview was beautiful. The energy was good between us. When it ended, 3 minutes after it ended, he said that he needed to push back from the relationship. And so I'm like, wait. Now we was just kissing. What? So that threw me for a loop. Now, when you're in this, when I was in this relationship, I got so close to the point to where I was getting counsel from his mom and met all his family, and she, really thought that I was the one for him. And, she was like, well, sometimes, he gets cold feet, blah, 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 blah. So at this point, because my true intentions and desire was to find, something meaningful, I'm listening to the advice. And I'm thinking, okay, this, you know how we do, y'all. Ladies, you know how we do. We get into something and we're like, well, this is just the enemy. We just gonna put instead of just letting go. So what I would say for me is that I should have just let go. And what I did do is I didn't let go because of what I thought this was supposed to be. But I'm thankful that I did go through the process. I'm thankful that I would do it. That even though it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, it turned out so much better. Because even through that, and it was a lot of heartache because after the end, you're hearing stuff, lies come out, and Alexis, knew about all of this and the backstory of it. And I'm thankful that I was able to just be an encouragement to others.
Okay, so the ladies from Ready to Love Make a Move just entered, and boy, did they ever enter. You guys give these hand. Give these ladies a hand. Oh, they came in for real. Christmas, happy holidays, all over the place. All right. So in case you guys aren't familiar, Ready to Love has a spinoff, which I think is amazing because you guys know that other networks have spinoffs from all their shows, and spinoffs makes it bigger. It makes Will Packer even a bigger franchise, and it's dope. And it gives the audience a chance to really continue to have a relationship with these ladies that they're always asking about. Because I always get, well, what's going on with her? Well, what's she doing? Well, what's this person doing? And so we get a chance to see these ladies that were on Ready to Love in different seasons today. So first, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We're gonna start right here with Ashlee. All right.
What's up, everybody? Hey, how y'all doing? All that? Yeah, all that. Happy holidays and all that good stuff. My name is Ashlee Akins. I'm from the first season of Ready to Love, and I'm now on the new season of Ready to Love, Make a Move. I hope y'all all are tuning in. It's on OWN Network every Friday at 8.
Y'all give it up for Ashlee. Ashlee is Aye Tea Elle in the building. Aye Tea Elle, this energy is what we see every Friday on OWN. She is like this all the time, every day. All right, so back from Houston, we got another Houston beauty in the building. Please give it up for Verneasha.
Well, I'm Verneasha. I'm from season 3 of Ready to Love. I'm now on Ready to Love, Make a Move, New Orleans. I hate talking. But I'm glad to be here.
You guys give it up for Verneasha. Can I tell you, I love all these ladies, but this one right here, she is so sweet. And what I love about Verneasha is that she's sweet, but she's going to check you in the same moment. Like, she's not going to let nothing get past her, but she does it with that southern charm, and we love that. Okay, now, I'm at the last but not least in our fire red, our Christmas red, it is Zadia the Body. Please give it up for Zadia, all the way from D.C. Check it.
Hi, everybody. My name is Zadia Murphy. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, but I live in D.C. I've lived there for 12 years. And I'm from Ready to Love, D.C., which is season 4. They all have the same time. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm glad to be back home, and I'm glad to be with all of the ladies from
Okay, so before we get into more questions, we're gonna play a quick game for a giveaway. Is that cool with everybody? All right, you guys are some very quiet people. Because y'all are eating and the food is good. All right, we're gonna do a quick question for a giveaway from an R&B game, because this is the R&B spot on Thursdays, right? So I got Mo. Mo is gonna come up. Now Mo can't read the cards because he got his glasses on so he can be sexy. I had to just put him out there. He said, I can't see. I'm like, nigga, take them glasses off.
Hey, Sharice.
That's not Sharice. That's Verneasha.
Oh, man. No. We interviewed Sharice yesterday. My party. My bad.
Oh, really? Get it right. Really?
My bad. Verneasha. My bad.
What is it right? I mean, Sharice,
My bad. Ashlee.
It's the glasses. Remember, he had his glasses on. He got his glasses on. I got him.
You may be fired for just a minute. You may be fired. We did talk to Sharice. Sharice is the only one that couldn't come, and she wanted to. But, Mo, come on now. And then you tried to be smooth with it.
I did.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, the ladies up here, I'm going to give 4 ladies. 4 ladies are going to pick a number, right? Let's see. Let's use the lady that just walked in. A, B, C, or D? A, C, D, and you be B. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to ask a question, right? Now, if you agree with A, then you're going to raise your hand. And it's going to be the first. We're going to have to go with the first person. So everybody's going to have to be on the honor system because we don't have enough gifts to go around for everybody, okay? Amen. We don't have enough gifts. So if it's A, if you agree with Ashlee, you're going to raise your hand. If you think it's B, which is going to be Liz, you're going to raise your hand. If you think it's C, which is Zadia, well, that C is Verneasha, you're going to raise your hand. And if you think it's D, which is Zadia, you're going to raise your hand. Now, Ladies, this is the thing. Each of you, I'm going to read the question and read the options, and each of you have to convince the audience to go with your selection. Okay? All right. I'm gonna let them see what the questions are first.
Okay.
You gotta convince the Vanessa. You gotta convince the people.
What else are you gonna say?
Okay.
You're speaking.
Okay. Now the person that has whichever one has the most votes is gonna win, and then we're gonna pick the person that raises their hand first. Okay. All right. You guys ready? This is gonna be fun. Unfortunately, we're sharing with another event, so otherwise we would have had the music, but this would have been great. All right. You ready? You ready to convince? Okay. Give her your mic. All right. So the question is this: can I get your number? What is the best song to shoot your shot? The best song to shoot your shot. So A is "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. Ashlee, let's convince the people. Wait a minute. Ashlee, tell the people why that should be the one. That should be the choice.
Duh. That's the only one to choose. Can we talk? I mean, it's self-explanatory.
All right, pass it over to Verneasha. Verneasha, what is your choice, and why should they select that one?
Chris Brown, yo. Actually, convinced y'all. No, I cannot sing, and I'm not even going to.
Did y'all hear what she said?
But it's show by Chris Brown.
Y'all gotta speak in the microphone.
Are y'all familiar with it?
Who's familiar with "Yo" by Chris Brown?
Okay, well that's what we're gonna go with now.
They gonna tell us why.
We're just gonna go with it.
She is not. I'm not sure Verneasha recognizes the song. It's okay. I will tell y'all, as a woman of a certain age, that Chris Brown was a fine little something. And that's, I have to admit.
And I done forgot the words.
I have not forgot the words, but I'm not gonna sing. But I'm just telling y'all, he was fine when he was walking up, and I think,
Well, you need to sing it for me.
I can't sing it. I think he was a fine little boy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give me those looks. Are y'all? I'm not gonna do it. It's a bad time in hip hop right now. Okay, go on, Zadia. Zadia, what's your choice?
All right, so I have Just a Friend by Mario, and the lyrics are, I want to know your name, and I want to know if you got a man. I want to know everything. I want to know your number, and I can come over, and I want to know what you like. I want to know what. Oh, wow. So I can do it all night.
Hey.
Okay. It's poetic.
Hey, first of all, I like that my girl said, let me figure this out. She told her that she got the lyrics, and she brought a great testimony to the court, right?
What I tell you?
She told it. All right, Liz, come on now, Liz. This one should be easy, Liz. This one should be easy.
So, I think this song is by bad boy R&B group Ghost. Talk to me, I really wanna. I really wanna. Meet you, girl. And y'all know when that hit gets here. Talk to me, I really wanna. I really wanna. Y'all know KC was something when he said that. Don't fight it. And Chris Brown and all them got it from Ghost.
Okay. She sold it. All right, let's see what it feels like. All right. I'm not mad at that. I wasn't expecting Liz to do that. I love it. She led a chorus. And the fact that y'all didn't sing with Ashlee is weird, because every time they put on Tevin Campbell, every time you put on Can We Talk, every single time they put on Can We Talk. Every single time.
Everybody be singing.
Everybody be
I grew
singing.
up on that.
You want to do it? Go ahead. Give them a little bit.
I'm hurt.
right. Who agrees with Ashlee? Can we talk? Well, damn.
I
hope nobody getting up for Christmas.
Y'all lying. Ain't nobody with Can We Talk?
Listen, man. Listen, somebody hey. What's up? I knew y'all was out there.
All right.
Love y'all.
All right. Where are the people at that said Can We Talk? Where are you? Now you can't vote twice.
Yes, you can.
So you choose one. You gotta choose responsibly. You cannot vote twice. Rob, I see you. So you cannot vote again. Rob is going with Tevin Campbell. Okay, sir, right here in the red. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Who is going with Verneasha with yo? Just me. Did you? Okay, you got one left. Okay.
I would have went with you too.
I went with you. All right. Who's going with Zadia for Just a Friend with Mario? Who's going? Okay. We got one in the house. 1, 2, 3. All right. Who is going with Liz with Come and Talk to Me? Come and talk to me. All right, come and talk to me if you win.
Not me come to talk to you. You come to talk to me. All right? Who choosing who?
No, you fine.
Send me all the footage.
All right. Who were the people that said? Let's raise the hands again. Raise the hands again if you went with Come and Talk to Me. Come and talk to me. All right, this is the first hand I saw right here. Ma'am, stand up. Curtis, we got a gift. We got a gift for you. You got a gift for you. Curtis, where's the gift? You got to get a gift. For this young lady right here. Just spreading a little Christmas cheer. Spreading a little Christmas cheer. All right, so we're going to go back to the ladies with the panel, okay? All right. Now, this is the question I'm gonna pose for all the ladies on the panel. You gotta be quick because we gotta keep it moving to every single body. But you don't have to give names because I don't think y'all gonna be honest about the names, right? I don't think y'all gonna be. Maybe you, Alexis. Maybe you. All right. On your season of Ready to Love, on your season, and these ladies on their season of Make a Move, if you could do it all over again, would you have picked a different man?
I would have picked none of them.
Oh. Okay. So how would you have done that?
I would have been self-eliminated. I would have self-eliminated. But I know what I know now. There were a lot of secrets that came out after the show.
Okay.
I'll say this, you say you don't want me to say no names, but y'all can go look at people's Facebook pages. Because see, I was the one that did not voice what was going on. I was the one that kept quiet behind the scenes. A lot of people in their interviews, they dished the dirt. God told me not to do that at that time, but I'm gonna free myself.
Did God release you from that?
Yes, He did.
God released you.
Glory. People had babies we didn't know about that they kept secret. People had girlfriends that were on the side during the show, but the baby one was the big one for me.
Was the baby already on the way?
The baby was already here.
Oh, the baby was here.
And
so the person didn't tell you that he had a baby?
No, he did not. He did not tell me he had a baby, but he wanted to be a father to mine. But he had a child here, and the child is 3 years old as of today.
I hear a yes. I hear a
so y'all can go figure that out. But things like that. So women tend to hold on to things because we were challenged to try to date people that we would not ordinarily date, and so I participated in that, even though it wasn't somebody that I would not normally date. As y'all know, one of the guys, Ron, I'll just go ahead and throw his name out there. He was not a believer in God. That was big, to me. But again, try something different. And the thing is, we talked about before, she needs to go with your intuition. If you know it's not going to work, you need to go ahead and move around. And so, AJ, he really was a player. I kind of already knew that, but I was trying to hang in there. And you saw how that ended up going. But yeah, I would have just self-eliminated. So,
okay, let me ask you this, because I feel like in real life, we can self-eliminate, right? But on the show, you can't really because you're kind of like on there, right? But let's don't act like those of us out here dating don't run into the same issues that y'all run into on the show, right?
Absolutely. You give men numerous chances. Like you see the red flags and you justify them, or you think that maybe you tripping, maybe you're not seeing it right. These are all the different things that go on in your mind, and that's what was going on with us on the show because we were truly dating these people. And I really have to say for our season, the women that were involved, majority of them really were there to find someone and they were there for love. I can wholeheartedly say that. I can't say that for the men, but I can definitely say that for my sisters. And I'll say this. The best part about me being on Ready to Love were the friendships and the sisterhood that I got out of. So I got something out of it. And these are my friends probably for the rest of my life. So that's a blessing.
At least you got something out of it. I'll applaud that.
I feel like you get something out of every relationship that you don't stay in. You get lessons, right? All right, so Shea, who remembers Shea's season of Ready to Love? I already know your answer. If there was nobody else that you would have gone out with.
Not one soul. And I made it clear. I said the moment I stop liking him, I'm off the show. I don't care what's the matter. I mean, because that's a part of my personality anyway. When I'm done, like a friend of mine was saying, a lot of women think it's 6 flags and not red flags. As soon as I see maybe 2, I'm over it and I'm up out of it. So you don't have to drag me for long. So the moment that I didn't like Mike anymore, and I had a good time. I can't say my experience on Ready to Love. I enjoyed myself. The girls that I met, the women, the dating experience. I wasn't going on any other dates. They tried to make me go on several other dates. Matter of fact, they set up a date for me. I looked in the window and saw it wasn't my person. I was like, I'm not going in. Y'all gonna have to call somebody else. So I pissed off a lot of people that day because they spent a lot of money. But I mean, that's the type of person I am. So I think that was it. That was my choice. And when it didn't work out, I was cool on it. I probably had to binge, I binged like 70 episodes of Game of Thrones. Because I say, when you get off a reality show, everybody needs therapy. You know, because they put you in situations where you feel pressured. And I think a lot of the guys are pressured in the end. So, you know, you're pressured to go on a date, and I stood my ground when I didn't want to do anything. I didn't care who feelings it hurt or what money was on the line. My no was my no, and my yes was my yes to whatever it was. I didn't give a damn what was going on.
But Shea, let me ask you this, because what I love about you is, I know that that's your personality, but there's a lot of women that are in relationships. Sometimes you talk to women that act like they don't have the choice in the relationship, right? I got a girlfriend to be like, well, I just pray that God sends me a sign. I'm like, no, you can make the sign, sis. You can say it. But not everybody feels like that. So I want to ask, we watched the show, all the other seasons, so many times women or men do things that they are maybe told by production to do, and they don't make the choice to stand up for themselves. What made you feel like you could just say, I'm not doing that, I don't care what you say?
Because I had other things going on behind the show, and I think what happens to a lot of times when people get on the show, they soft you walking into their stuff. They convince you to talk shit about other people. They'll tell you, well, you're not going to be popular on the show, you're going to come on board. For me, it wasn't about how they felt. So just imagine, and I have friends that are producers. Just imagine every messy girl you know in high school and every messy man you know in high school. And put them on as producers and pay them a lot of money. And have them to pitch you against or convince you to go against what you typically don't do now. That's their job. And the moment that I understood, like I love the producers. The moment I understood what their job was, I didn't care what was on the line or how I looked as, you know, if I was going to be on boring or if I was going to have a lot of screen time. For me, screen time wasn't important because my mom and dad would be watching the show and their friends and their family. So the last thing I wanted to do was have somebody walking up to me in the airport or with my parents and being like, oh, you acted a damn fool or trying me because I acted a certain way on the show, and then I'd be out here whooping people's ass about showing out in front of my family. So for me, I was betting on, you know, and there was a couple things they did in editing that I was upset about. They tried to at one point portray me like I was jealous. And if you know me, I'm not a jealous person. So for the most part, I mean, I just, whenever anybody ever go on a reality show, you may not get all the camera time, but you will get a lot of respect out in the streets if you stay true to who you are. So I just stay true to who I am. And anybody will tell you who knew me in college and in high school and on into my adult years, that truly was who I was, and to this day. So, yeah.
Y'all give Shea a hand standing on business.
Standing on business.
Standing on business. And most importantly, Sorry, that was big. It's not Six Flags and Red Flag. And if you trust your gut, even if it's not in reality TV, like if it ain't right, it's not right. All right, Alexis. Let me ask you a question. Because your situation was different. You didn't have options to date other people, right?
I had options.
Oh, you did. You did that. But let me ask you this. Because I wonder this when I see the choices that they bring y'all on. Put a ring on it. Now, Ready to Love be questionable. But put a ring on it. I was like, y'all know good and well that ain't gonna work. So was there any person that they brought to you for the date that was a possibility for you that you actually took seriously?
I said no to everybody, but I only let them bring Monty back because we connected like friends. I told them behind the scenes, hey, you want to promote your business? I bring you the next episode. But I wasn't looking to date them. You know, I was just learning from the dates. So that was, hell no. And then the guy that looked good, he wasn't the brightest. So it just
sometimes be how it is. And sometimes be that way. It's a hard thing to navigate. You know, is it look good? Is it smart? Is he got enough money? It's hard. Liz. All right, you picked. You ended up in a situation, but looking back, is there any? I don't know what's happening at Big. What's happening behind? We're just gonna keep forward, face forward. Is there anybody else that you wish that maybe you had gave another option to on yourself?
I wish I would have same with Alexis. I would have self-eliminated. After knowing what I know now.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask a question before I come to these ladies, because I see Verneasha's they're looking at me like, bring it. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask Rob. Let me get Rob and Mo. Let me get you guys to come stand right here so everybody can see. Come stand right here in the front. Rob, come on up to the front. Let me get one of those microphones. All right. This is my question with Ready to Love and different dating shows. I'm gonna start with Rob. Rob is I believe he's an eligible bachelor. Are you a bachelor, Rob? Oh yeah, okay. Just give Rob a microphone. All right. My question is this. Now I want you to be honest for all the ladies here, right? Is there any circumstance that you would seriously look for love, not for popularity, not to increase your brand, because we know everybody wants to make their brand big. We get that. Not your brand, not your Instagram page, but love. Is there any situation that you would go on a reality show to look for love?
Nope.
Why? Tell the ladies why.
Oh, I gotta tell the ladies why. Well, I would say, first of all, where I'm at right now and knowing what my purpose is, I wouldn't need that avenue to meet someone. And I would be intentional in whoever I came across. But most importantly than that, I believe in the woman that I meet that is for me will be in alignment with what I'm already doing. Right? She will be complementary to what I already have going on. So I would attract her. I wouldn't need to chase her.
Ain't I been saying that?
Come on, Mo. Okay, hold on. Don't go nowhere. Mo. All right. We asked you this on the show the other week. Is there anything that would make you? And the reason I'm asking is because the ladies are saying that there's no men on the show that were worth their time, besides maybe one in Shea's situation. But I think there's something that we're missing. Men and women think different about how they look for love. He didn't even think about it. He said no. Right? Now, Rob is a very popular guy on social media, so he'll play on social media, but he's not seriously looking for love in that form. Mo, would you go on a reality show?
Okay. I'm open to it.
You're open to it.
And it's a difference. Right? It's a difference when you actively searching or when you're open to it.
Right.
So that means if the opportunity comes, then I'm not going to deny it.
But don't tell the producers no. They're casting people in the audience. Rob is open, but not necessarily searching.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Mo?
No. But I want to say this. if it was the first season of something, there's a slight chance because I think it's more original. But once people understand the game after the second and third, then it's a no-go. You know what I mean? I think the first is the original, and people are a little bit more sincere. After that, it's a game, social media, so on and so forth. So, yeah, and I agree with the brother. Like he made a good point. Like, and it's our fault. Like a lot of times we don't distinguish the two between the ladies and let the ladies know. That's what I was saying earlier. A lot of times we give women, we want women to understand 100%, but we only give them 50% of the information, and that's wrong on us. So what I'm saying is, and that's why I get on the show, and I honestly tell the truth, just so they can know, and then you can decide for yourself. Because a lot of brothers don't know if even if they might not like the truth, but they respect the truth, and they'll come around later and be like, you know what? At least he kept it real with me. And that's all I just want the brothers to know. So that's why I say what I say.
Last question for the guys before we go to the ladies is there, so if you're open, right, what is the process between a man being on a show, you're dealing with production, are you able to, do you feel like, because you guys have not been on a show, but do you think you would be able to be vulnerable enough to really take the situation seriously? What do you need to be able to be vulnerable with a woman to take the situation seriously, honestly?
TV, no.
That's fair.
TV, no.
So you're right. That's huge. And no offense to Own. I love Own. Keep working with me. I love you. But I'm just saying it's not. Would you be able to be vulnerable with producers, television cameras telling you what to do consistently?
From what I understand, regardless of what I say, there can possibly be a different agenda and narrative. So I could be whatever. I could be whatever. But ultimately, who I am is going to shine through. So it may not make sense for them in the long run, but I'm being who I am, so I can stand on that.
All right, y'all give him a hand. Thank you so much, Rob. I just wanted the man to come up and answer that question. Yeah, Queen's Court. Oh, Queen's Court, is Mike from Queen's Court in the building? Come on, Mike. Yeah. Where is he? I don't see the text.
Mike, come on up here. Mike is on Queen's Court.
Come on, Mike. We need to hear from you. Oh, indeed you were.
Tamar Braxton.
Okay, let's give him a microphone. Let me give him a microphone.
Yeah.
All right. First of all,
Shea never told me you was coming.
Give the brother a hand. We want to give. It's a safe space, Mike. It's a safe space. It's a lot of women, but it is a safe space. It's a safe space. Come on up to the front, Mike. Yeah, come on, ladies want to see you. Come on up. Come on up. Just stand right here. No. It's a safe space. See the beautiful ladies right here. It's a safe space. All right. Now we've heard from the. This is great. This is great. We've heard from the ladies on their perspective, right? And we heard what the guys that have not been on reality TV have said. For you, what was your experience like? And do you think that they did create an opportunity for you to really make a true connection with any of the ladies on Queen's Court? And Queen's Court was Evelyn Lozada, Tamar Braxton, and Nivea, which was okay.
It was a great experience. Like I think that the producers were responsible with the show. It wasn't a messy show. They didn't do a whole lot of editing stuff that made people look bad. I felt like for me, it was just in that environment. I think it's hard to make a genuine connection, especially when a woman starts to connect with someone. Because for most women, once they start to connect, it's hard for them to try to connect to this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. So you have 3 women, but you got 21 men, right? They introducing like 7 new dudes every week. So for that reason, it was hard to connect. You know what I'm saying? Once because the ladies were all over the place. But one thing about them, they didn't kind of fight with each other, right? So the ladies they were all actually kind of clear on who they were going to kind of date and go after. We found that out kind of after the show. They had a little meeting beforehand. It was like, okay, you get him, you get him, you get him. They kind of did that type of thing. But overall, the experience was great. But I would prefer to meet a woman in a different type of scenario.
Did you feel like you had any type of connection with any of the ladies on the show?
I had a different connection with all three of them. So all three ladies, I was the only guy on the show that went out with all three of them. So they all three ended up asking me out. I found out the trademark thing was producers trying to set me up to kind of make me look like a player, type. So but we had like a brother-sister connection to me and Tamar. Minnie was just cool as shit. Like she was real cool people down to earth. Just easy to vibe with. I feel like she was Evelyn, who I actually ended up, I guess, pursuing. I had to choose somebody, right? We never got a chance to really connect. But the energy was always good, but there was just no like effortless kind of just like connection where we felt like a band.
Well, thank you for sharing that. You guys give them a hand. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out. Happy holidays, Mike. Are you single now? Okay, so ladies, anyone in the building, if there's anyone that wants to holler, like it's Christmas time, it's the time for love. I'm just trying to help everybody out. So far, we got Rob.
There's only one option for Mike.
Wait. Keep the mic, Mike. Oh, I know who the option is. Never mind. All right. Ashlee. All right, let's come around to our ladies who are ready to love, make a move. Ashlee. Yes. Now, all of you all were on Ready to Love before, right? Ashlee, who remembers season 1 with Ashlee, right? Y'all were not going to raise their hand. Nobody else do it. I'm interested to know what lessons you learned from dating, right? And not even just because your season was like the first. So there was a lot, you've done a lot of dating in between. We see you, Ashlee. You know that you got a lot of people coming, sliding in DMs and hollering at you. So what lessons did you learn from your first season on Ready to Love that you took with you into Ready to Love, Make a Move?
Trust my gut. I fought myself a lot in season 1, and I didn't trust my gut, and I should have. That's it. Ladies, if it feels wrong, it's wrong. If it feels fucking weird, it's fucking weird. Go with it. Do not fight it, I promise.
Now, this season for Ready to Love, Make a Move, what lessons have you learned? Because we noticed that you have gone in like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not making that mistake again. What lessons have you learned this season with this show?
I can spot bullshit a mile away. This time, I'm just having fun with it. So if it looks a little comical or extra dramatic, it's because your girl is having a good old time with the shit show. So just sit back, relax, and get your popcorn, people, because it's not over yet. I promise you.
Last question, Ashlee. Where you are in life? Are you ready for marriage? Do you want to have what does Ashlee want out of her connection? What is the end goal for you?
Well, the connection isn't on television. I figured that out. Through just trials and tribulation and dating in Atlanta, TV isn't where you go to find love, okay? TV is where you go to find yourself, learn a lot about yourself. The internet gonna tell you about yourself, and then you figure out what the hell you want to do with it after that. Other than that, I'm open for marriage. I'm still a hopeless romantic. I still believe in love. I'm still gonna be a good person and put my best foot forward. I'm not giving up. I'm just not settling for the bullshit.
Okay, moving to Verneasha. Now, Verneasha, on your season, I'm sure you learned a lesson. I know what you're gonna say, but you stayed out of a lot of mess. Verneasha was not in the mess with everybody else. She was doing her own thing. She carried herself with class. But you saw a lot of things happening. A lot was happening in Houston. So I want to ask you, not only what did you learn for yourself, but what did you learn from watching your castmates that you took into dating and that you practiced up until Make a Move?
So I always say that I was able to see myself outside of myself. And that's something I've never been able to do. So it did teach me a little bit to not lock in so early on and not go with what feels right instantly and to still explore my options. And I think that's what I learned and that's what I practice right now. Make a move. If people don't like it, a lot of them don't, but I have to do what's best for me to protect my heart and to make sure that I'm actually making the right decision and not just going with the first thing that feels good.
Let me ask you this, because I can play devil's advocate, because I remember coming out of a horrible relationship, right? So I was like, I'm not doing anything like that. So I was turning people down. Like every somebody asked me a question, if I didn't like the way they were standing, like no, no, no. And what I did is I ended up single, single, single. So I'm asking, do you think that? Where do you think the balance is? Do you think that sometimes we can say no too quickly, or how do we know if it's our gut or if it's our fear?
We don't know, and that's I guess the hard part that we don't really understand.
Yeah.
Because you come out and you're like, oh, I'm not doing that again. But then you do open up like good guys. You know, or you're critiquing everything. And it's like one little thing, like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Remind me of this. And I'm like, because you don't even have to be in that situation. And so, I don't know. I just feel like it's a learning, phase as you go. And you know, continue. And I feel like God will like really show me and tell me when it's time. You know, so until the end, may the best man win.
May the best man win. All right, last question before we go to Zadia. What does your connection look like for you? What does Verneasha want? Does Verneasha want a husband at the house? Does she want a husband she's out grinding with? Does she want more kids?
I want a teammate. Like I want someone that wants to come in and we grind together. Like we love each other unconditionally. We cut out all the noise. We're following God's lead. We're raising our children. It's just built on love and loyalty. And believe it or not, that is hard on you. It's hard to find loyalty if nothing else. And I'm big on it. So, first of all, you have to be very loyal. Until I find it.
Okay, loyalty is hard to find, but I think if anything that's worth it is going to be difficult, right? But then when you get it, you recognize it because it's rare.
I appreciate it. Right.
Okay. Any lessons that you've learned this season? Y'all got a lot going on. If y'all have not tuned into this show, you got to binge it because this show is even more interesting than Ready to Love.
Every week. It's something. I don't know what they're showing. So, my lesson this season is to know do exactly what I'm doing. Bring them out. If it's not for me, if you don't know if it serves me, go up the dukes and keep it moving. I don't feel like I'm doing nothing wrong. And everybody is fair game. Like, what's wrong? Everybody fair game. It's everybody's claim. Everybody's fair game. We don't know who these people are for. We don't know these men. We only go with them once before they're introduced to everybody else. And if my connection have a better connection with somebody else, I'm okay with that. And other people need to be okay with that. So y'all just gotta keep watching, child. Don't play too much into it.
Y'all definitely got it. It was a whole bunch going on. Zadia is taking men, and I'm just teasing. She knows I'm teasing. She knows that Zadia. Verneasha, you know I'm teasing, right? Verneasha, I'm teasing Verneasha. I know. But like Mo said, it's kind of like the Met. You know what it is? Your dude chose me. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I ain't tripping. I see the material.
He saw the material. Now he saw the material. Zadia has 2 mics. That means she has a lot to say. Okay. Zadia has a lot to say. Zadia's season in DC was a whole different energy. A whole different energy from Houston. We took it up to DC. And actually, I thought that DC was going to be more like, because there's a lot of people there that want to be in the politics and stuff like that. But y'all weren't really doing any of that. It was a whole nother vibe. What did you learn from your season about dating and the way you approach dating that you took with you after the show and leading up to Ready to Love Makeup Book?
What I learned about dating is that I don't really enjoy it. A lot of people like to play games, and I'm not really one to participate in the game playing. So I had to realize that I cannot match energy with energy, and I have to rise above it like Michelle Obama said, and not go love myself. You know what I mean? So that's what I learned during that season.
So let me ask you this. When you guys go out into the world and start dating after the show, right? Because you actually left with somebody, right? But you guys look super cute together.
Yeah, we didn't technically leave together.
Yeah, okay. Well, we knew y'all had hooked up. We heard that y'all had hooked up after. So when did that end? And then what was dating like after the show for you?
So, yeah, we dated 10 months after the show wrapped. And after we ended our situation, I actually just went on a man fast. And I decided to decenter men from my life and actually pick up some hobbies and dive more into my business and just focus on me. It wasn't until the top of 2023 that I started dating again, and at that time it was just easy for me to let people go, like because I had known so much more about myself and I knew what I wanted, and it was just like a clear vision. If you weren't aligned, then it was just like adios.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna start with you, and I want all the ladies to chime in on this. What is the most challenging thing? I mean, all you ladies are absolutely beautiful. That's why they pick you for the shows, because you're gorgeous, right? Which is great because you can get a lot of attention. But then, and a lot of women think that's it. Like once you get the attention, that should be it. So we know that you all are getting the attention. What is the most difficult thing about being in a relationship or getting into the right relationship that you're dealing with now? Because looking at you, obviously you guys are picked for that. A lot of men are interested. What do you think on men's perspective is the hardest thing about actually relaxing in a relationship? What's the biggest thing that you see happening over and over again that makes you say, I'm good?
Well, they present to be ready for something serious, and then when they actually find it head on, it scares them. And that's what I see most of the time, is that it's like you want to be this person, but you don't have the capability of being that person. So it's up to us to decide if we're going to deal with the potential or if he needs to come potential. So I want my potential. I don't know about the rest of them.
Okay. Let me ask Mo. Let me ask Alexis. What do you think? What's the biggest issue? Because it sounds like Zadia is saying consistency, right? So what they come in with, they're not able to keep coming with consistently once they get your attention. Would you agree with that, or what do you think is the biggest issue for you?
For me, it's insecurity. With the influence the more of the influence that I've gained since being on the show, I have a lot of men that once they find out that I've been on the show or I'm doing this, I'm doing that, then they're like, they pull back. They're like, you're out there too much, there's too many eyes on you. They don't like all the attention that's around what I do. Because I also host the MC, and I'm out there in the streets only doing that, working hard. And they don't like it. And so, I've been Liz talked about me and Verneasha had me going on these apps, dating apps. I was like, y'all don't want to go on these dating apps. Verneasha's like, come on, Liz, you got to get out there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go on here. And went on there and, met somebody that I thought was, a great guy. And then when he, kind of learned more of my background, and I was on the show and all this kind of stuff, it was just like, I can't handle it. So I run into that a lot. They back up. So I'm like, is that insecurity? Are you intimidated? It's just finding somebody that's either on my level or, that's just okay with who I am. Because I'm a big personality. I like to have fun. I bring a lot of energy, and I just need somebody to be able to match it. So that's what I do.
Hold on, I'm gonna let Mo answer to that because I think it's important. Like this whole thing is about men and women talking. So let's start with what Alexis said.
What you gotta say, Mo?
And what's your perspective on that?
No, a lot of times it's not about you. It's just men hate to compete with your options. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Exactly. So a lot of times, even when you think men are moving too fast, a lot of times you think it's because of you. It's not because of you. It's just he knows that other guys moving faster.
That's it. Okay. Before we go back now, we're passing out these little champagne. Don't drink the champagne yet, Nira. Don't drink it yet. We're gonna make a holiday toast together, all together as family. So that's why they're passing the drinks out. Nira, put your drink on the table. All right, Mo, I want you to speak to what Zadia said about the consistency and how a lot of times we know men know how to catch a woman, like get her attention. They go hard, and then when they get you, it's like, now what? What did you want?
Well, a lot of times it's because he got to know you.
That's just well. Speak to that. Come on now.
Just saying, in the process of us seeing you, in the introduction, like women have representatives too. We got to talk about that. So a lot of times you be like, well, I let my guard down. I finally typed your name in my phone. Well, in the process of that, he got to know you. And he wasn't feeling what he saw. Keeping it real.
Amen and amen. That does happen. Jamal's over here.
But this
is the thing though, and because all of us, the way we date, we don't say to the person, I'm not that into you anymore, right? So, and I know us women, we don't ever think that nobody would be into us. We all feel like we have arrived. As long as we look good and we smell good, we think that everybody should want us. But the reality is, most of your girlfriends know that there's some shit wrong with you. Excuse my French. Most of your girlfriends know. So I think we have to consider, are we open to considering that maybe what he saw, he didn't want to buy?
No. Beauty catches our attention.
Right.
That's the only thing it does. After that, it's about character and so on and so forth.
See, I don't think women think that. At least here in Atlanta,
No. The reason why women don't think that is because of the simp culture and the guys that just fall for beauty and do anything for beauty and put that on the pedestal, they're the ones that get the women confused.
Right. Woo. I know it goes down rough. It goes down rough.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Because I feel like you're now putting all the responsibility on the woman. And let's all be clear that guys really don't have the capability, not all, but a lot of guys do not have, first of all, they bring their representatives. Let's talk about that. And then let's also talk about how when they do have a good catch in their hands, they don't know how to keep it because they are bumblers. Let's talk about that. Because we oftentimes try to say that women are beautiful and that's all they have. But let's be clear, especially black women, we're making 5 times the amount that black men can make in America right now. We are overeducated and y'all cannot keep up with us. And the fact of the matter is, just like Alexis said, they are insecure. Okay, they cannot keep that same consistency throughout the entire time. They come hard at the beginning, and then what happens is, they fall off because they don't have the stamina, they don't have the energy, okay, to keep up. Let's be clear. So we can't just say, oh, they found out who you were. No, they got scared of who you really are.
That's a real thing. That's not every man. What she's saying is right. That's my point. What she's saying, what she's saying is right, but that's not all men. And I'm speaking about the other men. That's already known. We know that. That's a real thing. But when we talk about a real thing, y'all want to acknowledge that.
There you go.
See how quiet it just got.
No, but the crazy thing is, and I know the women get mad at me about this, and that's cool because I feel like that's why I'm here. But sisters, and I say this in love, and it's cool if we don't agree because I didn't used to agree with it. But the first thing we say as black women, I look good and I make a lot of money. But I promise you, if we ask these men in the audience what makes a good catch, unless he's trying to take your money, that's not going to come out of his mouth. I just hope that we as sisters can start to realize that you can be successful, you can be beautiful, but there's still so much more you have to offer. But we're in a culture that only feels like our value is connected to how much money and how many degrees I have.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. We don't even think like that, so I don't know what that is. I never thought that. I ain't got that for nobody.
A lot of black women are more susceptible to going to a therapy and actually fixing their shit, and a lot of black men are not. And we have to also understand that it's like, okay, we can say that, first of all, this is not a war. But what I want people to understand is that, especially for me, I have gone to therapy, and when I talk to black men about going to therapy, they are so resistant about it. It's almost like you have to show them why it's important. They have mommy issues. They have daddy issues. They have money issues. They got baby mama issues. And yet they don't want to go to therapy to actually work through it. It's insane.
So it's like we cannot sit here and be like it's one person or the other. We have to understand as a culture and as a community, we all need to heal. And the reality of the situation is, it's like, yeah, women are going to be beautiful because we can do that. We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to turn up and be
Listen, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna agree and disagree. I think we as Black people, as a community, don't want to go to therapy. I don't think it has anything to do with girls or men or female. I just think realistically, because I can tell you, I ain't going to therapy, but I probably need it for real. I don't want to go to therapy, and I think that's just me and my ego. I'm just telling you, my ego. I don't want to, but also I feel like that I've been in a space. I've been going overseas 6 years. I learned a lot. I was by myself. I was playing ball. I was the only American on some teams. I know who I am. So now when I come back home and I want to find somebody, it's just what it is. It's hard to find somebody. Now we got to deal with some bullshit, but you got to know who you want to deal with that bullshit with. So if you're going to accept something, everybody got bullshit. I got bullshit. You got bullshit. But the thing is, we got to know who we want to do it with. Now I ain't here to do, I'm going to say this because I'm sitting up here with y'all. Y'all real prissy girls, and that's not a bad thing. Don't think it's bad. But no, okay, yeah. So I'm more of a tomboy, and I think for me the original question was why are guys intimidated or whatever. I got an issue. I know my issue. I'm a female, 37, no kids. I'm around guys every day. I coach Joe Johnson and the guys in the summer. The guys that date me are intimidated because of the guys I'm around who make that type of money. So now I'm dealing with whoever, or if I'm dealing with that person, they don't feel like they can amount to this person, so they go out and do some bullshit. My nigga, it don't matter if you got money or not. You understand? If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. And that's real. Because I got my own bread, I don't even chase no nigga, everybody know. It ain't no secret. But I think the ultimate thing is we as people, we got to come together as Black people, and we got to seek counseling. I'll be the first one. I don't want to do it, but I need it. I hope I get it, and it might not happen.
I think that's, thank you for saying that, because I think accountability should be had on everybody's side. Everybody needs accountability. All right, we have a question. We have a question from the audience. Before we do that, I just want to make sure that everybody is cool. Like, it's not about men or women, but I do think everybody should be able to say what they say without being attacked. So everybody cool with that? You cool with it being? Okay, go ahead, Mom.
I was just talking about, she was saying, men haven't had, the reason why you don't hear the things that you hear, because men haven't felt like they had a safe space.
Right.
Like, we at Oprah, Donahue, where women will pour out their guts. We are just now, with the internet, men having these platforms where you got to finally hear what they platforms. When men finally got to hear, when you finally got to hear what some men have to say, and then the first thing that pops up is he's insecure, he got mommy issues, he got this, he got that. But what I'm saying is, men want to have a safe space, meaning that, like meaning like, if I say something to you, you're not going to use that against me later. And that's what's finally happening, is that we're getting to talk. And right now the wheels are a little wobbly, but give us a minute. We're just getting this out.
You're very right about that, because I talk to a lot of my Black men. I'm friends with a lot of Black men, and we talk a lot about mental health in therapy. Like where I have led them to therapists to actually do the work, to actually enroll in therapy, and to seek therapy.
They don't know how to.
They don't know how to. They don't know what to start. They don't know who to go to.
Daddies ain't talking like, who do we have to talk to?
But as women, we didn't know either. But we want to do the research. Not all women, the majority of us, because we want to be better women than y'all.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
So, like, I save people's life literally from just speaking life into them and like leading them in the right direction to where they can get the help that they need to be just better men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that.
It definitely goes together.
Yeah. Okay, we have a question from the audience here.
A question from the audience. Stand up, please.
You know what?
got that right, huh?
You gotta speak all the way into the mic. You gotta be a rapper tonight.
Why is it that out of all the races, us as black people, we always have these podcasts on relationships? You never hear white men get on podcasts and talk about their white women. But you always see black men on podcasts talking about black women. But you also hear black women on podcasts talking about black men. And I think we come to a point where it's really about accountability.
Yeah.
But both ends,
Yeah.
we all fucked up at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We done all grew up in tragic situations. We all got trauma. We all got stories to tell. But it's about the accountability that you take, the resources that you utilize in order to change and shift your mind in order to be a part of a healthy relationship.
Right.
Because none of us know how to relationship.
Right.
A lot of us didn't grow up with two parents in the household. We grew up with single parents. We saw our mama most of the time do everything. So at the end of the day, how do you know how to relationship? And if you don't study the opposite sex, how do you know what it is that you need to do to be a part of a healthy relationship?
Right.
So at the end of the day, instead of talking shit about each other, because we all got shit, we need to sit back, take the accountability for our shit,
Right.
look at ourselves, reflect on what it is that we do.
Yeah.
Get our shit together, get the help that it is that we need, and actually learn and pick up a fucking book on how to relationship with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. We all got issues.
Thank you.
So that's
Thank
what I
you.
want to say.
That's it. Like, I think you can't stop a man from being what he is. But what you can do is check yourself. So, and it's crazy that women don't like when I say that, but it's like, I can say I was wrong, man. I was wrong. And they may not want to have the same example that I did, but I like where I'm at because I say, you know what, I'm not doing that right. I'm trying to figure out how to be better. I'm trying to figure out how to be a better woman so I can attract the man that I want. And it worked. But Michaela, my girl Michaela has something to say. Come on, girl. Come on, Michaela.
Hey, before you do that, can I chime in real quick? I think because what you're saying is we're not privy to what's happening in other races. So you take a guy like Andrew Tate, and he goes on a rant about women, right? But in our feed and social media, all we're gonna get is what we're clicking on is black people. So there's gonna be those podcasts with Sleepers for Suckers and all these other different black podcasts. Now I had the pleasure of doing the auto shows for 20 years, right? And I was able to be around all different races and cultures. And I watched the Armenian guy say, you know, Shea, this fucking guy, he's counting my money. And it opened my eyes to see that in other races, they complain about each other. We're just not privy to it because we're so busy focusing on each other. So if you are around white people, you would hear them complain about what their white men and women are doing. If you are around Spanish people, they could be complaining too. We are just focused on ourselves. I hate that we do it because it's like the Wild Wild West. But because that's in our feed constantly, that's all we're getting bombarded with. So if you start clicking on some white people on your feed, then you'll start seeing the podcast where they're talking shit about each other. We just don't get a chance to see it. And it's painful. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you. The problem is, it's exciting. It's clickbait. We watch Baller Alert. We look at Hollywood Unlocked. We look for the heads to roll. So in my season, when it didn't go well at the end between me and Mike, we didn't choose to bash each other. That was between he and I. So I didn't get on there because I knew that's what people were going to do. They were going to run to my Instagram. Then they were going to run to his Instagram. And then they're going to drop in my DM and say stuff about him and me. So I just said, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to silently suffer and complain to my friends, but I'm not going to blast him out loud. When I see him in the streets, I got something for him. But other than that, I just refuse to do that online because nobody gave a shit about the relationship. They just wanted the excitement of us flipping our asses inside out and talk shit about it and being gone about their business. I wasn't giving nobody that. I wasn't going to give them that. And we got to learn to be able to kind of, I'm not saying don't express yourself, but I'm saying we got to stop clicking on this stuff. If we want it to stop, then we're going to have to stop clicking on those podcasts and listening to them talk shit about our people, like Vanessa's Club. I mean, I think the guy got a little style to him, but that's what he do. He take people on the podcast and they bash each other. That's the problem with them. But they got a lot of followers.
Hold on. I know I don't want to cut you off. But look. They talk about each other. Y'all just don't know what they saying. They boring. Listen, I'm telling you, I've seen it. And the difference with us is, they want to be us. Think about it. All them Europeans, they trying to marry an American. They want to come over here. So, and I'm going to tell you, click on it because we trying to get paid. That's all I'm going to say. You too paid. So click on it.
So for me, this all this shit is it's just my bullshit. They talk about you, they talk about me, they talk about him. For this, hey, I lie about me. Now I'm saying about you. I don't want to you don't get no check. It's just entertainment, and that's what we really need. I'm not really passionate. We love it. I'm like, oh, y'all, I'm really y'all. Besides, y'all love me, y'all would understand. Oh, her shoes in it. You gotta slap me, say, bitch, I'm gonna slap you, at 2 o'clock. And we're gonna eat at 11. That's it.
And I want you to know, because I know you're right to talk about, I just want to, comment on what you said, because I tell people all the time, it's like, they meet us, I tell people we are characters. We were characters on the show. Producers, we are characters. We're TV characters, right? And people think they know us, but they think, oh, Alexis, you the one that's da-da-da-da-da. But you haven't really had a chance to sit down and get to know me. And so I tell people, when you watch reality TV, y'all always know that it's pure entertainment. That is all it is. Because if we didn't have the drama or the little this, that, you would not watch it. You would be bored. You're like, oh, I don't want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Just watch, have fun, enjoy it. And if you meet us in real life, get to have a conversation with us, and you'll probably really be able to deep dive and learn some more stuff that you didn't know before. So anybody just want to say that.
So I just want to say something. I think that the past 5 years because social media has took over the world. So the men, maybe we're not sour, but now they're scrolling on TikTok like we do for hours. So they have this made me think what a woman is supposed to be and what a man is supposed to be. So I've never been on reality TV, but I met my husband on a dating site, okay? If you go in things with the right intention, you can have a good outcome, okay? And sometimes I think as women, we think too deep on a man. I don't have no problem saying this. I dated other men until 6 months before I married my husband. Don't take it so serious. Like him while he liking you. Go with the groove, and it's meant to be. It's gonna be. Now, when February come, I'll be married for 2 years. It don't matter about no. Be you, and if it's meant, you want to come back. I dated. In my family, we call him the ghost man, okay? Because what he did was, I talked to him on Monday. I didn't talk to him until next Friday, and as it went on, it progressed, and I didn't put it in it. Now that's my husband. I don't gotta worry about nothing. Good. Now, but he was ready then. I think sometimes we want them to be ready when they ain't.
Well, the problem is we don't know how to date. We don't know how to date. And wrapping your legs around somebody, there's a point where you have to agree with a man and you say, are you ready for it to just be me and you? The problem is we put down all of our options because we have wrapped our legs around them, and then that becomes the issue.
I can even wrap my legs around you, but that don't mean you my man.
You a different type of person.
You just have to date. You have to. No, I hear a lot of women say I needed to get to know myself. No, you just needed to just be free and just date and have a good time and take it for what it's worth. You know, just do you. And when it's meant, it's gonna be. Before I moved to Georgia, I had a relationship 5 years. Hell, okay, now we talked about it on the way here. When I got here, I was 130 pounds and crazy. Oh, I said, okay, I had to know about me. So that's what I did. Date. I dated, have a good time. I ain't putting nothing in it. People haven't been here. If he don't call me every day and check on me, he don't want me. That's not true. Stop believing it. Why he can't be busy? Why he can't have a career too? Why he can't have something going on? When he get with you, he get with you. For putting all your eggs in one bag.
Busy men usually have more money than broke men. Broke men got a lot of time. I'm just saying.
I was a stay-at-home wife. I got bored. come back out here and get my bag because I can't stay at home with my money.
I'm just saying, I be hearing women like, he gotta have. My girl was like, I want somebody that can rub my feet every night. Like, you don't want a man with no money because he got money. He's not gonna have time to rub your feet every night. But you know, I'm just saying.
Time for certain things. So we do get some rubbing feet.
Yeah.
On Monday, when
Right.
the truck come in.
Right.
On Wednesday, when they come back. And on Saturday and Sunday.
And maybe.
Your other two bags, I ain't got nothing to worry about. He ain't gotta rub no feet.
He ain't gonna be home, but I'm all right because the bills are all paid and I don't pay none. So I want you to go. I don't need my feet rubbed every night.
Okay.
But it just depends on what you need as a woman. You gotta know what you gotta be realistic about it. But y'all, let's do a toast. I want to do a holiday toast. I have Mo. Can you lead us to the holiday toast?
No.
Yeah, Mo.
I'm the man that got online and said you could barely say grace in front of people.
Yeah, but a toast is like the shit they do in the club. So you
The shit they do in the club.
Alright.
all right, Rob, you come on up here.
You might not agree with the post I'm about to say.
Let's do the toast. I'm gonna have my brother Rob Malloy come up and lead us in the toast. Then we're gonna get back into the discussion. Let's break it up.
We're not doing the question right now. We're doing the toast. Do I need to grab the mic? What I need?
You a smooth silver fox. You got some. Everybody raise their glass. If you have a glass, raise your glass.
Everybody raise their glass real quick. All right. First of all, it's Black excellence in the building. So on the count of 3, we're going to toast to Black excellence, family, legacy.
It gotta be love. Gotta be love.
Love and happiness. 1, 2, 3.
To love and happiness.
Love and happiness. Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Salud. Woo. Having a really good time tonight.
My traditional toast was, may your pockets be filled with money, glasses filled with champagne, because this world's full of shit. Toast up.
Toast up.
But his is way better.
Okay, we had another question. Where was the question? There was a question someplace.
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
You got to get up on the mic. You got to be in.
Can y'all hear me? Yes. Okay. I didn't have a question, but I had a rebuttal to this young lady in the back. She was speaking about relationships, and we don't know how to do relationships, and growing up in a single-parent household. I grew up in a two-parent household, and what I saw most of all was my parents communicate. My mom always respected my dad, whether she was upset, whether she was mad. She found a form of and a way to respect him, and my dad always respected my mom in front of us. It was always a line of respect. And young ladies, we have to respect our Black men. White women respect their men. Asians respect their men.
I got a girl that I went to school with, and she cusses her husband out, and she.
Okay, no. That's fine. I'm saying for us as a race. Oftentimes we belittle our men. Oftentimes, he can't do this, he can't do that. I care. I'm a celebrity stylist, and I hear a lot of. I'm just giving out my point of view. I hear a lot. Not saying that we all don't respect our men, but in some cases we do have a tendency of disrespecting our men, and our men have tendencies of disrespecting us. And I think that if we showcase a little bit more respect, just showcasing a little bit more respect for our people, it would change the narrative.
I think we need to quit acting like we're not human. So what I'm saying is that we have to understand that individuals, people are different. There's different strokes for different folks. So you came from a two-parent household. I came from a two-parent household. My sister did, but my son, I raised him by myself with the help of my mother and father.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's watching tonight. We're going to wrap this up because this is a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. Hey, Tina. We're going to wrap it up, and I thank you guys for watching. I hope everybody heard a little bit of what was happening. We had an interesting night tonight. I hope you guys got a chance to have a little drink like we did as you were watching, but thank you. I love you guys for watching, and I will see you Friday. We'll see you tomorrow night. Mo and I are going to wrap all this conversation up, let you guys know what happened, and we're going to recap Ready to Love, Make Them Move. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
We get into it, but at the end of the day, we hug it out. So, what?